One. Hey guys, we're going to finally start off our new show, and we are calling it the BCB and Eldon Show. This is going to be the first episode of it. I'm real excited, and I'm too lazy to make a real cool intro, so we're just going to talk for this intro.
Okay, this is Eldon here, so I really have nothing to say, just glad to start this off, and hopefully you guys will listen to us every time we make this.
Make sure you speak up, Eldon. Okay. We set out a quick schedule, and we're going to seem a little awkward in this probably since this is the first time we're doing it. But first off, we're just going to talk a little bit about our personal lives. This has been a pretty important year for me in my life. I'm finally graduating high school. A couple weeks from now, I'll get to walk on to the stage for my graduation. It'll be pretty exciting, and I've had a lot of good times at graduation. There have been so many inside jokes and days I've stressed and all that stuff, and Eldon's gonna have that feeling 2 years from now, and I'll tell you, it's a one-of-a-kind experience, graduation. I'm going to feel very... I might feel a little weepy. Other stuff that's been going on is that I've been trying to get a job over the summer. No luck so far. I've applied at a couple places, but nobody's gotten back to me yet. So... yeah, hopefully I can get a job because I want to earn some money so I can afford video games, I want to get a Wii U. Stuff like that. Pretty cool. Anything you want to say about your personal lives?
Sure, sophomore year has been a fun time with a lot of friends. And like other years, since you're only a sophomore, another year, another brownie. So,
What?
Something I just created in my own mind.
Another year, another brownie?
Yeah, every time I like to, it was just something I just created.
I have no idea what that means. Please explain.
It was nothing. I just said it. Nothing pertaining to anything. It's just like another day, another cookie. Another day, another dollar. All that.
That's awesome. I don't know how you just came up with that, but whatever. Okay, let me try. Another week, another SmackDown.
Yeah, that can work. Right now, the test has been pretty hard. It's been annoying trying to study and all that, but year's over, summer's coming. I still have Regents, but that's fine. And I have a job right now, and I'm going to be working 7 to 10 in the morning. And I would...
Lucky.
It's only 3 hours a week, and I only work 5 days a week. I had tennis after that, and since BTL is starting up, after probably tennis, I might go over BCB's house over there. So my schedule is pretty tight as to any free time I would have. So right now, that's all I have to say about my life.
All right, sounds pretty good. I mean, we've both had pretty chill lives, and we've had some great moments. Whether we're hanging out together or we're completely separate in different classes and we're with different groups of people. And hopefully I get a job. Okay, next section. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in BD. Because, I think people want to hear this. I think that this would be a good thing to talk about. So... I guess we'll start off with Battle of Smash Domain. It's pretty exciting. Everybody's trying to guess who Question Mark is. This guy who's supposedly trying to shut down the BD website. And the only way that he'll let you survive is if one of us beats him. None of the mods are allowed to try and beat him. So it has to be one of the members. And unfortunately, now we're at a pretty small... we got a lot lower of a chance of winning just because both ConCon Concon was disqualified because, he didn't respond in 24 hours to Chicken's challenge. And FaZe, well, he hasn't been disqualified, but he hasn't really been brawling. He's been taking a break from Brawl at a very inconvenient time. So now, pretty much, the people that are going to challenge are going to be myself and Helpin'. And hopefully we can take him on. But I'm not sure how it's going to go. Any comments that you'd like to say?
Right now, I wish I was a part of that as well, trying to help protect Smash Domain because it's a great site and all that.
But you didn't join it.
That's why I said I'd like to, but I couldn't because I didn't have no Wii.
Okay, I misheard you there.
Okay. So, yeah. I have great trust in BCB and Helpin' because they're both great brawlers, and they should be able to take down no matter what. Because evil will never prevail over good. So right now, that's
Except in horror movies.
not even.
Oh, really? But the people always die.
They die, but peace is still prevailing in the world. That's all what matters.
I guess. Okay, next section. Oh, yes, the Brawler. So the Brawler finally had most of their live auditions. And it's pretty exciting. I'm scrolling, trying to find out where the current people that were chosen were. I'll list them off. Oh, okay, here we go. Chicken's got it posted right here. Chicken was pretty much the middle ground guy because he didn't sign up and he wasn't one of the mentors. So here we got the 4 mentors: Concon, MB, iLink, and Spirit. All will probably be really great mentors. Mr. Concon already has all 5 of his mentors that he can... I mean, not his mentors, his students, I guess you could say, or pupils or something. So far, he's chosen Silver Alloy, Helpin', Avin, Shadow 97, and Vio. And honestly, I think Vio would have been really fit for a mentor as well, because he's pretty good. The next up, MB, has 4 out of his 5, which means he's still getting 1 more. But so far he has Rakiga, Boo, Tails, and Ivan. It's funny because he chose Boo. If he knew or even thought that it would be Boo in his replay, he wouldn't have chosen him in the slightest. But Boo used DK, so I guess that made it tons more likely for MB to choose him. Same with Shadow and Helpin', because they used Luigi, and Concon loves Luigi, so of course he's gonna go for a Luigi main, or Luigi player at all. I mean, Helpin's not a Luigi main in the slightest. She just used Luigi. Then iLink, he's got 3 out of 5, which means he's getting 2 more. So far, he's got Gentle Rain, Gray Fox, and myself. And I feel pretty lucky to have iLink as a mentor of mine. It's pretty excited. It's pretty exciting. And I think I can learn a lot from iLink. Brohoof to him, fellow brony. Eldon's face was so funny. It looks like he is completely embarrassed by me, but you can't see his facial expression. Yeah, he's so embarrassed right now. Okay. And then Spirit has 3 out of 5. He's got Naos, Bloody Boom, and Kid Kun. I don't know why, but I always put it in my head as Kid Kun, even though it's Kid Kun. And then there's a few more that are to be chosen. There's about 5 more. So hopefully they get chosen soon. But honestly, They should have been. I think they should have been chosen by now, and we might end up waiting on this for a little while. But then we can get to round 2. There was already a hype video made for that, so check it out on Brawlamank's channel if you haven't seen it yet. It's pretty cool. Oh, right. Any other thoughts, Eldon, on the Brawler?
I got one little question. So have your mentors have any contact with your pupils or students trying to help you out, or what's going on there?
Do you mean like how are our mentors gonna train us?
Yeah, like, is that supposed to be round 2, or is that supposed to happen now, since it's really more of like a teaching thing?
I don't really know. I haven't really gotten in contact with iLink. I know I could do it easily, but I guess just because he hasn't chosen all of his people yet, it wouldn't be fair for me to learn from him just yet. You know, so I think I should wait until everybody's done, and then maybe I'll ask him a little more specifically if he wants to help train me or whatever. You know, we can contact easily for each other on Skype. You know, I've had a couple conversations with him on Skype.
It was just a thought, seeing how this is going to happen. And right now, that's all I really have about the Brawler. Never really tried out because I can't upload videos at all. Really much from my Wii, since it's broken and didn't have an SD card or anything. So it's a cool thought, though. So if you would like a Luigi Player Con, you know me. So, right now, what segment are we on now?
Well, I decided that maybe we should also talk about the ladders going on. Ladders, I don't think have gotten much attention, and they're very deserving of it. Basically, the ladders are going to replace the power rankings, so there's not going to be a power ranking season 4. It's just going to be ladders now, but there are playoffs for it, which is pretty cool. I myself haven't been doing much with the ladders lately. I've only done one so far. Yeah, I'm kind of been prolonging with ladders. You want to talk about it a little bit? I've been doing a lot of talking.
Right now, the first ranked is Laxstritis, and I've seen him post a quite bit, and I didn't know how good he was. Right now, his wins and losses stand at 9-1. Right now, do you have any notice or experience of how this guy plays, and see if him joining the anything would help out Smash Domain in the slightest for the battle for Smash Domain?
Who is this guy?
Okay, that answers that. So, if anyone else has any experience on him, because it seems like he's first, so if you tried to basically like not try against him, then you're probably going to lose, because he seems doing well while Spirit stands at second. And I say we should just go for a top 10. We should talk about them.
Top 10 is pretty cool since I'm number 11. So all the guys ahead. No, actually, how about just top 9? Because I think top 9 because everybody, 10th and below just have one win. So they haven't really been putting in much effort.
Okay, yeah. So let's go for top 9. Right now I said Laxstritis is first. Second is Spirit. Everyone knows Spirit. He has a lot of characters he can use. He's really great. Any stuff about him?
He's broken,
as he says. Third is Neon Sex. He's like Laxstritis. I've seen him post a bit and don't know how really good he is, and he seems like good. He's standing at 10 wins, 3 losses. So, do you know anything about him?
Apparently he's better than I thought he was. I thought he was just some random guy,
Yeah, these random guys that are coming to Smash Domain seem to be really great, and that's kind of good, adding more competition to the community. Right now, fourth is Bakari Kiga, standing at 5 wins, 0 losses, so that's really great. Any stuff about him?
Nope.
And we know more about him, don't know why. He seems pretty good. Helpin is number 5, standing at 6 wins, 1 loss.
Hold up, I want to see what character Helpin's been using in this. Oh, that's the link to her profile, I think. Stats. Let's check her stats. Who has she been using? Olimar, Game and Watch Pit. What? Oh, that was versus Boo. Never mind. Snake a little bit. Mostly just Snake and Olimar, but I do see Yoshi, Kirby, and Rob up there. It's a little weird.
Her losses against Nier. That's pretty good. And so, showing how Helpin's really good. Going to 6 is Vio, standing at 3 wins, 0 losses. His Tink is very scary, and he's beaten me and BCB over here. Any stuff about him?
No.
Okay, 7th is Aldo. 3 wins, 0 losses as well. I don't know if he's been active lately. He should start getting active since he's in BDTL and since that's already started up. So, better hopefully he gets more active.
He's been more active than me on the ladder.
That's good. Next is Rust, standing at 8 wins, 4 losses. Is this season 2?
This is the first season of the ladders. The last season wasn't a real season. It was just like preseason kind of. You know, it was to get everyone trained up. It was only for a month.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I saw like Rust with like 11 wins and all that, so no wonder he dropped and has less wins than I thought. Last but not least, 9th is Striker X with 3 wins and 1 loss. He seems to be doing good, and I'd like to see what his characters are right now because I wonder if he's rocking that Marth or just Snake. Any questions about his character use?
Well, first we gotta see his character use. He used Wario against Boo. He used Luigi against Rust and won. He used Marth and Wario against Genma, and then he used Luigi against Rust and lost.
Huh. So he's been using a lot more Luigi.
He actually took a set off Rust.
Yeah.
Striker's getting really, really, really good.
That's a little bit scary voice there, but I'm fine. So, any other thoughts about the ladder?
I need to do more on it. Other than that, no, pretty much not. Although, it would be pretty cool to see something like a ladder night. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We are back. And we got cut off a little bit. We had to go do something. But now we're back. We finished covering the Brawl Domain news, or Smash Domain news, I should say. We're not really going to spend that much time on Smash Domain news. We want to just talk about stuff that we feel would be fun to talk about. And Smash Domain, we're done with that. We're done with that now. So now let's talk about our main event for this podcast. And for this one, we are going to talk about E3. That went on. A lot of us might have been in the Skype call with Kagado, or just watched it on Spike TV and G4. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of it. Didn't really check out much highlights or anything, but information from BCB. Actually, earlier today, I watched something on G4 about Dead Space 3, and that seems like a good game. So, what would you like to start off with? Ubisoft, Microsoft, Nintendo, or PlayStation?
Yeah, because screw EA. EA sucks. I think it'd be cool if we went about E3 in the order of the conferences. So, the first E3 conference was Microsoft. Microsoft was the first of them, and I'd say that they did a very bad job this time around. There's plenty of reasons to love Microsoft normally, but just like last year, this year their conference was pretty bad. they started off pretty well. They showed us Halo 4, and Halo is a really popular series, and Halo 4 was it was really interesting. I liked the trailer, and I liked how it was shown. Did you know anything about Halo 4?
Obviously, everyone knew that there's going to be a new Halo game, so I'm pretty excited since I have a 360. I'm going to grab that soon, so I haven't really watched any of the trailer or anything, but I just like to be mostly surprised about this kind of stuff. But, you know, a little spoiler might happen, but that's fine.
Okay. Afterwards, I remember that that a big portion of Microsoft's E3 didn't cover games. It wasn't games, but it was Smart Glass. This new feature connecting the 360 to your tablet or smartphone. And honestly, I think that they could have done without that for the E3 conference. That just seemed to be like some sort of filler. It was very, very, very boring, and I almost fell asleep during that part. Any comments on that?
That's kind of like the other thing that 360 has, that I was able to connect it to my laptop. So interesting what this new feature would bring us. But if Microsoft's conference wouldn't have any spoilers in it, then obviously, as BC said, it was going to be boring. It's obviously going to be boring.
Microsoft had an hour and a half for their conference. They spent half an hour covering Smart Glass. Facepalm. Okay. Now, aside from that, they did show some interesting games, but it wasn't enough for me to be convinced to have enjoyed their conference. Since there really weren't any surprises. I mean, we saw more footage of Tomb Raider. That was pretty good. Black Ops 2 was, well, just what you'd expect in a Black Ops game, you know, for Call of Duty. It wasn't really that exciting, and I wasn't looking forward to that. Although the one thing that truly surprised me in Microsoft's conference was their new South Park game. That it's not even really an exclusive, but they had it for their conference, so I guess we can kind of count it. The new South Park game, I forget what it's called. It's like the stick of something, or the something stick. I forget. But basically, I think it has a little bit to do with Kinect, but like there's this new character in South Park, and that character's based off of you, and I'd expect the game to be very humorous, and this game could do really well. It's made by the South Park creators, you know, from the show, so I'd expect a lot of the same humor from the show to be put into the game. And they even actually made fun of Microsoft's conference a little bit, because they said, "Yeah, you'll be able to hook this game up to your tablet and your smartphone and your oven." It was pretty funny. You know, that I'd say that might have been the highlight of Microsoft's conference. Any comment on their South Park game?
Right now, the South Park game is the first I ever heard of it, and right now, I was thinking Tomb Raider was going to be the most thing about it, because we haven't seen a Tomb Raider game in a while. I remember playing that obstacle course of the Tomb Raider a while back. I played that like so many times. It was freaking fun. But South Park games, I should add a lot of comedy to the mostly video games of adventurous and action that we're all used to. But comedy in a game, that should be really great.
Yeah, it was like really hyped up, and we got all giddy about it, just thinking about the South Park creators putting a lot of work into a video game. I thought that was pretty awesome. But even so, I still feel that their conference gets an F in my book. Then they also had I believe they had the Resident Evil 6, which is kind of exciting. Was that in Microsoft's conference?
Yeah, I believe so. It was in like every conference that I think, because Resident Evil 6 does feature both Microsoft and the PlayStation software. So yeah, Resident Evil 6 should be a great game because as well as
Hold up. I don't totally remember. Resident Evil 6 might have actually been part of Ubisoft's conference. Sorry if I mix it up. I don't have like a list in front of me of each of the games that we showed, or that were shown. The other game that I wanted to talk about was Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell from the Tom Clancy series looked pretty decent. It's nothing that I'd care for, but I'm sure that there's a lot of people, like a lot of you guys, that would love to play Splinter Cell.
I'm one of them. I played that old game of Splinter Cell on the regular Xbox, and it was pretty fun. It was like one of those Metal Gear games, but it adds a new type of atmosphere to the game. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope everyone else is. So yeah.
Despite me liking a few games, I just felt so turned off with Microsoft's conference because they covered so much. They covered a lot of Kinect, and they covered a lot of smart glass, and I would grade Microsoft's conference F.
Turned off? Do you mean maybe the other conference kind of turned you on?
Maybe.
Little children run.
Hey! This doesn't have anything to do with children, okay? Besides, I don't even think I could be considered a pedophile because I'm not even 18.
Ladies, run.
Ooh.
Guys, run.
Okay. So the next thing, I didn't think that there could be a conference worse than Microsoft's after it happened. I was so upset with it. But the conference that I thought was even worse, that some would debate could be better, was EA's conference. And I thought that was very, 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 very bad. They started off with Dead Space 3, and that was pretty awesome. I liked the series a little bit, but I never really got into it that much, so I don't know much about it. I think Eldon knows a little more about it than me.
I really haven't learned much about it since the last time I played Dead Space. So,
well, what did you think about that trailer that they showed?
Oh, the trailer that they showed about where like people can enjoy more of the single player is really great. And as they are adding this multiplayer, which you could play, I believe, the campaigns, and just adds more stuff, just like Left 4 Dead. It's like you can enjoy the game in two different ways, like they said. So I'm saying it's a great game, and that's all I saw about their conference, which I think now, as BC explains, that it's worse than Microsoft and he gives it an F. I'm kind of pretty glad that that's all I've seen, because it was a pretty good part of Dead Space 3.
Mm-hmm. Now, besides that, we saw a bunch of games that I didn't really care about. Some other people might. Like, there was a lot of sports games there, like Madden. The new Madden was shown. And Need for Speed, that was also shown. But there were no surprises throughout EA's conference. And that really, really, really made me upset. I had somewhat higher expectations for Microsoft originally, and I had low expectations for EA, and they met those very low expectations of mine. And I would give them an F-.
F-. This is getting real. So, yeah, EA, I'm not much of a sports game fan except for Need for Speed. I played that racing game. Those, like, custom racing games that's the only thing that's good, in my opinion. So, the rest, like Madden, I've never really played that, or any other sports game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. There's so much to talk about the next conference, which was incredible. In the poll that Naos made for ranking who won EA, this was the most voted for who won EA, and it was actually Ubisoft. Ubisoft's conference was incredible. Have you seen it?
No, I have not, but you've shown me the other games, and hopefully those games will be better than the other ones. They're mostly sequels to the rest of the other games. Not much new games have been presented, but a lot of sequels, which everyone was expecting and wanted.
Wait, hold up. Before we talk about Ubisoft, I just remembered Microsoft ended off with Dance Central 3, if I'm correct. I believe they ended off with a performance by Usher, and everybody hated it. And that is probably the low point for Microsoft. But Ubisoft started out with Just Dance 4, and they did have a little mini concert for it, but no Usher. It was just it was a small showing, and the hype meter was kind of low, but it improved. It definitely improved. They had a guest internet celebrity, Tobuscus. I'm sure a few of you are familiar with his videos. He does some stuff with gaming, and he did a few promos for Ubisoft. But what really impressed me about Ubisoft was that I loved almost all their games that they showed. Even Just Dance 4 wasn't that bad, because it's like the original casual game that companies try to copy.
Yeah, right now with Ubisoft, however you pronounce it, one of my IRL friends, he loves Assassin's Creed, and that's actually going to be in the Revolutionary War, I believe.
Yeah, American Revolution.
Yeah, and it's going to present in Mohawk Valley, where me and BCB kind of...
Seriously, Mohawk Valley?
Yes, it's Mohawk Valley.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's what my friend told me.
I live in Mohawk Valley.
Yeah, I was kind of skeptical to say that, because I don't know if any of you guys are stalkers, but...
Stalkers.
Whatever. So, yeah, it's going to be presented in our Mohawk Valley, and it's going to be awesome. And the other one is Far Cry, I just read. Far Cry 3.
Far Cry 3, oh my god, that game was amazing. Oh man, the villain of that game is pretty incredible. If you haven't seen that trailer, you definitely should, but warning, and not safe for work. So, yeah, don't watch the trailer, because there's a little, in the beginning, there's a topless woman.
That kind of shows and tells you that you might want to check it out now.
Yeah, but that's only the start of it. The whole trailer is too epic for me to describe. The topless woman was just a distraction in the beginning from the real game. The real game is really amazing. I think it centralizes around the villain and how he used to be hunting after you, but now you're hunting after him. And as you're hunting after him, you realize that you're becoming him. And even though you could kill him, he won't totally die, because he's becoming part of you, in a way. Well, I don't totally understand it, but it looks like an amazing game.
That seems a really cool concept there. that never really happened in any other game. I played all the Far Cries, or whatever, and it was pretty good. I liked everything about it, all the villains and everything, all the adventurous action and all that. So I'm looking forward for this game when I get my Wii U. So
Well, I don't think it's on the Wii U.
I thought I just read Wii U for
Not
Assassin's Creed 3 and Far Cry and the Wii U. And does it mean
the Wii U.
in?
Yeah. I don't believe it's on the Wii U, but it might be on PC, so it might be like a lesser version, because I don't think that the PC game quite matches up to PS3 360.
Well, I have a 360, so I get it for that. So I'm okay.
But, my opinions don't matter. Okay. Also, they had a couple other pretty amazing games. One of them was a new Avengers game, which looked kind of cool, but I don't really remember that much. In fact, I hardly remember anything about it. But it still looked impressive.
The Avengers game coming out with like all the old superheroes as Iron Man and Captain America. That's what everyone loves. They love that nostalgia and that. So that game should be popular with everyone and all the collectors out there as well. So if you like the Avengers and like that new recent movie about it, then you should try and pick up this game because it's really nice. Why am I advertising?
They showed it for the Wii U. Ubisoft, stated that they were really interested with the Wii U, and there were 3 games that they really showcased off for the Wii U, and one of them's Assassin's Creed, which is going to be on the Wii U. We discussed that a little bit already. Rayman Legends, I was really impressed with the trailer they showed. It almost looked like a music video in a way. You kind of got to see it. It looks like a good game if you're a Rayman fan. But I like the Rayman series, and it should be a little exciting.
The first time I ever heard of Rayman, I believe, when I went over to BSB's house for the first time and he had it.
Well, that was the Rabbids version, though.
Yeah, so I'm not really much of a Rayman guy, but if it seems cool to me, I might pick it up a bit when I get my Wii U and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And another game that came out that was really interesting, that was probably the most innovative game for the entire conference, was Zombie U. Zombie U uses the Wii U controller in a different level because you can use the camera to like point and shoot with it. And not even that, but like you can hold it sideways and kind of flatwards. I'm not talking like hold it up and shoot like a camera. I'm talking like hold it down and shoot like kind of like a blaster or something. It's very, it's pretty terrifying. And well, just from the trailer, it looks really gory. It looks like your typical zombie game, but it looks good. It captures the good parts of it, and hopefully that game doesn't become a ripoff. We still don't know that much about it.
Well, zombie games, if it's gonna have the new controls, it's gonna probably be decent as like other Wii Sports using the Wiimote as in a different way than you would other like using Brawl on the Wii with just GameCube controller. You might want to keep your controllers because this game sounds pretty good to actually try it out. If it's horror and gory, I think a lot of you guys might like it because you guys do miss the Resident Evil horror games like Resident Evil 0 and the first one. But that went to action, so if you guys want some horror, go ahead and look at that.
Yeah, and this is actually an exclusive. So it's Wii U only. You won't see it on PS3, 360, which is kind of given by the title. And then they ended off with my personal favorite, Watch Dogs. Have you seen the trailer for Watch Dogs?
No, I haven't, but you did say something about it on Skype.
I said a lot about it. This game is looking incredible, and I wish that it was going to come out for the Wii U, but it's not confirmed for the Wii U, so I think it's just going to be PS3, 360, and maybe PC. It looks really, really, really impressive. You're basically playing as a computer hacker living in a big city, and you use your hacking ability to get into places. It kind of looks like an action game a little bit, with lots of guns and stuff. But hacking is built in as like a theme of the game, I believe. And the trailer was just really, really moving. And it I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of Grand Theft Auto a little bit.
I say hacking and a little action. That makes me remember about Fallout. I recently, like 3 months ago, purchased Fallout New Vegas on Steam for the computer. I played that a bit, and it was awesome. And with this hacking and a little action, I'm thinking hopefully it's not a ripoff of Fallout, because that's a great series, but if it's going to be like a themed based off of hacking and getting to where you need to go to survive, then it seems like a nice game. And if you'd like, I bring my 360 if it's only for 360 and PS3 over, and you could play it.
That sounds amazing. Okay, so much for Ubisoft. Almost all of it was really impressive, and I would give their conference an A easily, maybe even an A+.
As I've been hearing it, I'd give it an A as well, because actually an A+ easily, because with all the new games they're featuring and all the crazy new themes, it seems like it would have been a great conference.
Okay, so now let's continue with not such a great conference. Sony's conference. Sony's conference gave a lot of mixed feelings, and I had a lot of mixed feelings for Sony's conference too. They started off pretty badly, and they were very unimpressive. I didn't like it. At the beginning, they showcased early on. I remember that they showcased that new PlayStation All-Stars game. You remember about it?
Not really.
It was like their version of Smash Brothers. You know, it was pretty obvious that they were replicating it based off of Smash Brothers. They announced 2 new characters, Big Daddy and Nathan Drake. Since Big Daddy's from BioShock, it's obvious that they're going to include some third-party characters. So that's kind of cool. I found that pretty interesting.
Wow, Big Daddy, that's going to be awesome. I played BioShock, and it was a great game. And with Big Daddy in there, that's probably going to be the Meta Knight of that generation. But, you know, if it just kind of rips it off, but it just has the other characters that we'd like, kind of like that like Microsoft and Sony presents, unlike Nintendo, that could be a decent second game there, and could be up into the competitive scene if it gets a little popular, which I think it does, because a lot of people don't like Nintendo.
But I haven't seen any one-on-one yet, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that option's even available. It hasn't been confirmed. It makes me a little worried, but you know, it does look like more of a casual game. It might get a competitive scene, but I really don't know.
It could be like Marvel vs. Capcom, though. Could be just like that battle scene, and I wouldn't be surprised if they would bring that up just like they did with that in Microsoft. So
some other games that I don't really remember much about but were pretty good would be like Beyond. I heard that was kind of impressive. I saw the trailer, but I really don't remember much about it. I guess it's just that they're the classic shooters and stuff, and they weren't like towards the end of the conference. But towards the end of the conference, I did remember a couple things, and one of them was downright awful. The book. the Harry Potter book, where you use your PlayStation Move and then you do a couple of wizard moves and stuff, and then you wave your PlayStation Move wand at your area, and it also uses the iToy camera as well. I mean, it's kind of interesting in a sense, but it's definitely not for us. I wouldn't buy that game.
That sounds funny, as they call it, the book.
Yeah, the book. Anybody that knows what I'm talking about can just call it the book.
I'm thinking it wouldn't really be much for our generation, but could be like nice and fun for other like little kids out there. But right now we're old and stuff, and we just don't like those.
I think it's just boring.
Well, opinions don't really matter.
Okay. Also, they showed the new God of War game, which was pretty impressive, but it didn't get a lot of attention. God of War is a really popular series. Do you know more about it than me?
Yeah, I actually do. They actually showcased what I watched today about God of War. They said they weren't. The expectation was really never met. It didn't really have much new stuff in it. It had like all the old stuff, and it was based off the regular games and not really much into a new adventure, into that like old kind of stuff. So with this not getting any new or any good expectations, I think it might just be like a boring kind of game that already happened, like as well as the other God of Wars.
Mm-hmm. I see. But still, if you're a fan of this series, you should give it a chance. See a couple reviews, and if you're a PS3 owner, it could be good for you.
Yeah, you should definitely give it a chance because even though I watched a little bit of it, the gameplay still seems pretty good. And if you really like God of War and like collecting of that, so you should definitely check it out.
And ending off Sony's conference was another amazing game. That's unfortunately, I don't think it's going to the Wii U either. But it's called The Last of Us, and it's a PS3 exclusive actually. So no, it's not going to the Wii U. The Last of Us is a really, really cool looking game. It doesn't look like your typical shooter at all, because it looks like it's a father with his daughter, and they're just trying to survive day by day with these people attacking them. I don't even remember there being zombies. I just remember it being like them against the world.
Yeah, I remember that. I watched that on the commercials a lot about it. I've seen that commercial many times. And with that, it really seemed interesting. I've talked about it before with other people before E3. So with it's not in that standard first-person shooter or anything like that. It's going to be one of those like Resident Evil games, those adventurous action type of games without most of that gore and other kind of games, just shooting like Call of Duty. So if you guys like Resident Evil or like to pick out adventure plus action, you should check that out. And it might have a little bit horror in it. So good luck.
Yeah, I thought it was very popular, and it looked really good. And if I had a PS3, I'd get that game. Hold up. I just want to make sure that I know which game, because we didn't really talk about Resident Evil 6, and I just want to talk about it real quick, even though it's not part of Sony's conference. But I can't remember whether it's part of Microsoft or Ubisoft's conference. Oh, okay, so it was part of Microsoft's conference. My bad. Let's talk about it a little more since we're just about done with Sony's. I'll give Sony's conference a C because I got very mixed feelings from it.
For Sony, I didn't really expect, and I'm kind of furious about The Last of Us being a
PS3 exclusive.
yeah, PS3 exclusive. But luckily, my brother has one, so if I can get that game and not have him move out before, but whatever, probably not gonna happen. So, yeah, I would give it around a D if it's mixed feelings.
Okay. Well, Resident Evil 6. Let's just talk about it real quick because it is an important game. And the trailer was really good. Yeah. The trailer was really exciting. I'm not a huge Resident Evil person. So forgive me, Kagado. Forgive me, Wesker. I don't know that much about the series, but it was very dramatic, and it showed a couple new things, but there was still very little shown. It had its scary moments, but I wouldn't call it the scariest Resident Evil game out there.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this actually features Leon. Yes, I'm not mistaken. It features Leon, and everyone loved Leon in Resident Evil 4. And with him featuring in this, I think he meets the other dude that was in Resident Evil 5. I can't remember his name. I haven't played that in a while, but the main character from that, and they find each other and they try to save basically everyone from zombies in the world. So it seems like a decent game right now. Actually, great. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know a lot about Resident Evil. And then last and not least, but definitely not the best, despite what some people may believe, was Nintendo's conference. I remember a lot about this conference. It was very disappointing, to say it. And it hurts me to say that, but because I'm a Nintendo fanboy, I believe, we all got excited, we all got on the hype train, but we got too excited because there wasn't that much that Nintendo talked about. First off, they covered the new Pikmin 3, and that looks really good. I love it. I love Pikmin 3. It's exciting, and if I get my Wii U, I'll probably get it. Pikmin 3 might have just been the highlight of the conference, though. What do you think?
Pikmin 3 showcasing their new Stone Pikmin. As many people say, if they put that in the new Smash Brothers, Alamar would be the most broken character in the game. But Pikmin 3, as the other Pikmins, might have a little longer story than the others, and it would showcase a lot more Pikmin and would have a lot about it to different gameplay and everything. Make sure you don't get those red Pikmin in the water, please.
Then they showed the new Super Mario Brothers game for the Wii. The new Super Mario Brothers game for the Wii. It looked kind of boring to me. It was called New Super Mario Brothers U. They changed the name from New Super Mario Brothers Me to that, and it's got too long of a title. But other than that, the game is kind of good, I guess. But I'm not sure how it will compare to New Super Mario Brothers Wii, and other than that, just didn't seem that exciting.
I watched the Runaway Guys Let's Play of New Super Mario Brothers Wii, and that just really blew me away. Because the gameplay and the multiplayer of it, you can kill each other. It is like one of those fun Mario games that has no gore, and it's like one of those Mario Party games. It's like, get out of here! This is my world. It's like one of those great games, and I hope this new Super Mario Brothers U,
Yeah.
You okay? Will bring that same enjoyment and not look as boring as many others might say.
Another thing that they showed that was kind of interesting was that they're releasing a new version of Batman Arkham City, specifically for the Wii U. It's going to be a different edition. But if you've played the other version on the PS3 and 360, I don't think you're going to want to get that game, since it's kind of a port, despite what Reggie says. He says it's not the same game. He says it's very different, but I'm not too sure.
I've seen Batman Arkham City on people played it, and it seemed pretty cool, and it gives you a lot of thinking about Batman and like all those movies you guys watched as a kid. But I'm a little skeptical about this as well, and I don't think Wii U will actually. The people who make the Wii U will probably not copy it because it's a great game, and they're probably going to copy it as much as
It's more of a port.
Port. Oh, so I wouldn't say it's as different as they say. So yeah, like you said, might as well don't get it if you already have it. But if you still like the game and if it looks different, make sure you check and make sure you know what you're doing.
And also, some Wii U games that didn't interest me would be like the new Wii Fit, which I don't really see the point in getting if you have the original Wii Fit. Maybe they've included some new stuff, but honestly, I think the Wii Fit series is very dull. It's just very, very dull.
Wii Fit is just for the parents, guys. That's just for working out. That's just for nothing else. So don't get it if you're a gamer.
Or if they, unless they, like, I don't know, include a new accessory with it, maybe, that could be used in other games.
Not even. That just makes your face palm so hard.
And they also had a new karaoke game. I forget what it's called, but it doesn't look good.
Camden might get it, though.
Okay. Another game that I found pretty exciting was the new Scribblenauts. It's going to be both on the Wii U and the 3DS, and it's called Scribblenauts Unlimited. And it's basically, although before you could basically draw anything, now you can draw stuff and combine stuff. So, like, you want a super vehicle? Well, you can get the body of a dog. You can get wheels of eyeballs. You can get, you can make it a flamethrower. It just seems really cool, and I'd love to get that game.
That's one of those games when your imagination takes over. So I'd say it'd be a nice, good time waster and all that.
Sorry about that, guys. We kind of got interrupted. Earlier we were talking about Scribblenauts, and now we're going to go on and talk about... We are going to go ahead and talk about some other games that we were impressed with. One of them was the new Lego City game, which was pretty interesting. Basically, if you haven't seen it, I've never been so impressed by a Lego game before. It's pretty decent. It looks like GTA, but with Legos. It's like kind of an action adventure game, and it involves like being a spy or whatever. It seems kind of cool. We only have a little information about it, but it might be the first Lego game I'm ever interested in.
It looks like more of an RPG game where you could just do anything. It doesn't seem like there's many missions except for like catching out robberies and stuff. It's kind of like Spider-Man, but Legos. It looks like really good. GTA was good, and with Legos, it'd be a nice kid game for the kids and anyone else who likes Legos, especially Lego Star Wars, man.
Mm-hmm. Another game that we found pretty interesting was Project P100, and that game, it looks like it's like a combination between Pikmin and Transformers, which is a pretty funny combination when you think about it. I didn't get a lot of information from the trailer. The gameplay looks kind of cool, but I'll need to wait and see more information before I look into buying it, especially since, money's tight.
It really just mostly showed the battle scenes and all the enemies and like what you can really transform in. Like you said, it was more like Pikmin and Transformers. We don't even know what you're controlling. That's actually it's called, but hopefully we'll get more information as time goes by. But if you guys haven't looked at the trailer, it looks pretty good. So if you would like to look at that, go ahead and look it up on YouTube. It's right there.
I'd say it's still one of the few surprises from this conference. Let's see here. Another thing that they went into a little detail about was Miiverse. If you saw the trailer from the day before at Nintendo's pre-press conference, with the guy with the glasses and his non-specific action figure, it confirmed a couple cool things. First of all, video chatting. They went into a little more deep with that, and that kind of has to do with Miiverse a little bit. And then they've also got this like forum thing. It's pretty hard to explain, but it's a little easier than just simply going online and asking people for help with your game. Now you can just do it with your Wii U, and I guess it's might be kind of similar to the 3DS where you use different applications at once. Like you can play your game, you can leave your game temporarily, and then you can go to Miiverse. That's what it seems like, and that's pretty cool. Just like he was helped out with his game, I guess you'll be able to have some other people help you out with your game. And Miiverse looks like it's also usable on smartphones, which is kind of interesting, I guess. Not that interesting, but a little bit.
We don't really even know about if you're going to have to add people as your friends or just going to be like a worldwide thing and ask people and just post about it, but hopefully they won't add friend codes in there, just like add their names and stuff and just like post about anything you want. But if it's a worldwide thing, make sure you don't get stalked. Just no, because that would just be the worst thing ever.
Oh god, friend codes. Oh, and then there was also this feature where they showed it in the new Super Mario Bros. U, where if you could write a note when you get to a certain part. Like if you died at a certain part or whatever, I guess your Miis can show up. I'm not sure if this will be for all games, but it looks like that it's not just for games that have an online mode, because I don't remember new Super Mario games having online. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Couple other things. The 3DS didn't get very much coverage. It got so little coverage that they organized it to get more coverage the next day. And there were 3 games that I pretty much remember. Although there was Castlevania, but I'm not going to talk about that just because I don't really know much about Castlevania unless you... No. Did you want to talk about Castlevania at all?
I know nothing of Castlevania, but if you've seen DeathFans Let's Play the Castlevania. So if you'd like some input on that, just ask him. He's on the forums. He's a mod, so shouldn't really be hard to contact him.
Okay, well said. We're going to talk about the new Super Mario Bros. 2. Yes, they announced 2 different new Super Mario Bros. Games, but this one's actually on a handheld again, like the original. So that'll be kind of cool. It's like it's like Coin Palooza in that game. because basically everything that they showed was just about how many ways you could rack up coins. And I'm all for racking up as many coins as you want. I like that coin block item in Super Mario 3D Land, where you would get your head stuck under the coin block, and then whenever you jumped, the coin would pop up. It was pretty cool, and I like the idea of unlimited coins, but at the same time, it feels more like it's a game meant for Wario, because you had fire flowers that changed bricks into coins and enemies into coins and stuff. It's just too crazy. But other than that, I'm not sure if there's that much new stuff in that game.
Really depends on the bosses, because all it really showed was about coin getting, and didn't really show much of the battle scenes or anything like that. So hopefully they're keeping the bosses kind of secretive, so that can give a good surprise into the gameplay. But it might change, because it showed a little bit of it, but not much of it.
Another game that they showed that we're pretty excited for on the 3DS is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, formerly known as Luigi's Mansion 2. To be honest, Eldon knows more about the Luigi's Mansion series than me, so I'm going to let him talk about it.
Luigi's Mansion 1 was like a really great game on the GameCube. It was all about that Ghostbusters game, just really fun. Basically, in this game, they really changed it. Like, you fall into the basement, I believe, and there's a lot more ghosts, and there's a lot more bosses in there. So hopefully this new stuff will bring in...
Different kinds of bosses, too, like that spider.
Yeah, different kinds of bosses.
I'm not even sure if that was a boss, but...
It's like a side boss.
Maybe. A different kind of enemy, at least, besides ghosts.
Yeah. So, if you guys were looking for something new like that, and hopefully it gives out what it's usually known for, great game, great Ghostbusters game, and it's just quite fun if you really have it.
Alright, and then the final 3DS game we're going to talk about is Paper Mario Sticker Star. I'm really excited for it. I'm in love with the Paper Mario series, even though I haven't played the Thousand Year Door. Especially the original Paper Mario, and that's the one that this is based most off of. The graphics are like it, the whole style is like it, the toads bounce up and down like in the original. They have similar shapes, and I'll have to see if this game really is like the original. The new feature is with stickers, and they're kind of used like... The stickers are kind of like how badges were used in that game, where if you had a badge, then you'd get like this special bonus power. But I'm not sure. You might have like limited stickers, and those might be what replace flower points in that game. Just like how there weren't any flower points in Super Paper Mario. Or they could be replacing items. Really beats me. I don't know. But you do have limited space for your stickers, so you need to plan carefully, and you might end up having to throw some stickers away or place them back on a wall or something. But the entire game revolves around stickers, and you need to use specific stickers like the fan in the trailer in order to get advanced further. And it seems pretty cool. The only feature that I'm worried about is the fact that they haven't shown any official partners, which makes me worried, because I don't want to play just as Mario in that game. I want to have someone by my side the entire time, even if they did show that one character looks like a crown, kind of, and it seems like their ability is to transform stickers into paper, like how Mario was able to transform that bridge into paper because it was a bridge sticker. But other than that, I'd just like to have another partner to help me out in battles. I think it would be pretty cool. And to be honest, a Paper Mario without partners just seems kind of lonely. What do you think, Eldon?
Kind of looked like the stickers could actually be sold. Cause
that's true. Just like in the items.
yeah, so I'm thinking it's like, even though if you have limited, you just sell them for a nice amount of coins. So don't really worry much about keeping it slow or low on your stickers. So yeah, like you said, if there's no partners, then it might be a little stale. But they didn't show much battles, so not much right there. So nothing much on that I know about Paper Mario.
All right. I think we're done with E3 pretty much right now. I am going to give Nintendo's conference a B- because although I was very disappointed with their conference and how it ended, I'm not even going to talk about that game that they ended with. I forget what it was called. No, it was called Nintendo Land, and I'm not going to talk about it because it infuriates me. So instead, I'm just going to give them a B- and be done with it. Because although it was very, very, very disappointing, at the same time, it was not a 2008 conference. There were actually games that I was pretty excited for seeing it.
Not much about talking about Nintendo there since I didn't really watch it, but the trailers were nice. So hopefully the games can bring back that B- into an A in PCB's book.
No. Next up is our section. We've passed E3, so now we're going to go ahead and talk about whatever we want. And in this whatever we want, we are going to be talking about the new Apex. It was a very hyped tournament last year, and some would say very disappointing, but back in 2010, it was probably the most hyped tournament ever. And I'm hoping that this tournament's going to be just as hype as that one. And we especially want to talk about it because myself and Eldon are going to try and see if we can make it to this tournament. We live about, I don't know, 5 hours away from that tournament.
I went to New Jersey first.
Yeah, it's down in New Jersey. We're upstate New York, so it's a little ways there, but not too bad. Not as bad as like someone from like California or Georgia. I think Russ lives in Georgia, right? I don't remember. But I remember Russ making Apex before, and I'm pretty sure he lives further away than us. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and we'd love to see a lot of people from Smash Domain come over to Apex, so, we'd be able to meet them in person, assuming that we can make this. We both got jobs. Well, actually, no, that's not true. We both want jobs. I'll say that. Eldon's got a job right now. I'm trying my best to get a job, but getting employed is hard. Harder than I thought, at least. Eldon, would you like to talk about it for a little bit?
It's great to know people in the job business. It helped me out quite much. I didn't even really know them. I just practiced over there in their building and tennis and got to know them, hung out, and they gave me the job, so a little happy there. I only work 3 hours a day. That's what I want because I'm going to be starting to work out and have some tennis practice and all this other stuff, even with BDTL, so it's going to be tough. Right now, I never really thought about anything disappointing in Apex, but I guess that's to each his own opinion, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we'd look forward to at Apex. I want to go ahead and meet my previous mentor, basically, Trella. He's the one that got me into Brawl. He's an amazing person, and I'd love to meet him. Non-stalkery, just cool. Like I want to shake his hand, maybe take a picture with him, and just hang out for a little bit. There's a couple other people I'd like to meet, like the Wario Mans out there that do really well, and I learn from, like Bassam, Malcolm, Croy, Reflex. There's so many of them. And then I also want to try my best and get out of the first round of pools at least, and rep our region.
Well, I think we can actually get out of round one pools because we're above average and we've played a few years, so.
Omega Tyrant didn't even get out of one-round pools.
I don't care. Tyrant's still cool, but we can make it out.
Not the Tyrant you're probably thinking of.
Omega Tyrant from our region.
Yeah. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them.
Oh. Yeah, that guy, he beat me. DDD, don't like that freaking matchup. Might go Falco against that matchup, but it's fine against Marth. I just have to play very best in order to beat DDD because all they do is grab and they can stay alive to like 180%. So, still, I'd like to go there, and maybe a region might go there, like James G now is a top 5 Lucario player, pretty good, and Omega Tyrant, who's a good DD player, and a Snake Wolf player on there. So we'd like to rep with them, and if they team, we team, we can actually probably do really great.
Aside from that, it looks like that they're promising that we won't be as disappointed. They didn't exactly promise it, but they said that they were going to make some changes and pay attention to what went wrong at Apex 2012. And this time this time it seems like there are going to be a lot more setups. There's enough setups for everyone. There's going to be more space for everyone. And it looks like that instead of just 2 live streams, now there are going to be 3 live streams. With the addition of the last 2, there's going to be a stream hosted by Chibo, which is one of the best Robs out there, who's had some very impressive streams actually. So I'm looking forward to this. Don't think we'll be able to go to any of the qualifiers, but that's all right. We just want to go out of state for once, and this would be really, really, really awesome.
Yeah, it would be really great. I've been in New Jersey with a few friends on spring break. It's a great state and all that, so it's really good, and hopefully we can do it. Right now we're actually looking up, and we actually do have some hope. I will be paying for most of our fees and stuff.
We don't know yet.
I owe you, so But yeah, if BSB can actually get a 4.0 average in school, and my parents let me, I'm a straight A guy, so I should be easily go. My parents don't really care. They just want me to do well in school, which I do already. And BSB just can't be lazy, and I'll make sure of that.
I'm a procrastinator.
He's a prolonger.
I'm a prolonger. Okay, enough about Apex. Let's go on to our next section. This section, we're going to talk about what makes us feel nostalgic, because we love feeling nostalgia. I'm sure you do too. So we're going to talk about something that we feel very nostalgic about, and that something is, in this case, it's going to be Samurai Jack. We love that cartoon. It's very good. I love it. Andy loves it. Eldon loves it. My bad, I called him by his first name. Okay. Anyway, it was a different kind of cartoon. It wasn't exactly anime, but at the same time it kind of was. It's hard to explain. It was very actiony, but at the same time it had a lot of humor. It seemed like there was a bunch of mixed genres, and even if I just hear the theme, I fall in love with it.
Yeah, that cartoon / anime brought me back. Me and my dad used to watch it. We still love it, and it just brings us some good quality time with each other when I was a kid. And now everyone knows my first name, BCB. Thank you, sad face. Now, would you like to talk about basically what goes on in Samurai Jack?
Well, I'm sure everybody knows that it's about the samurai that gets that has an arch nemesis, Aku, and he gets transported into the future, and he wants to go back to the past so that he can defeat Aku and prevent being transported in the first place, or at least save his village or something. It's been a little while since I've watched the episodes. I did go back a couple years ago and watch some of the episodes online because I felt nostalgic at the time, and I feel nostalgic now. It's a really good show, and I love every bit of it. Definitely one of my favorite shows as a childhood, and I'm very, as a child, not as a childhood, and I'm very sad that it only got 4 seasons. It was very, very good.
It might come back now that Toonami's coming back as well. So, we never know. It could come back. It was still on for, like, last year a little bit on, I think it was, like, Disney, no, Nicktoons 2 or something like that, or whatever channel is, like, on 175.
I don't know, but you could probably find it online.
Yeah, if you guys really haven't heard about it, really check it out. I give it a 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, A+ in my book. So, what do you think about that?
I give it a gold ring, one that LeBron doesn't have. Sorry, Oni. Sorry, MB. Sorry, Heat fans. So anyway, yeah, great show, love it, but I guess there's not that much to say about it, really. I thought I'd be able to say more about it, but not really.
You said you could talk 20 minutes about Samurai Jack, but this is a show, so we can't really spend that much time on this kind of nostalgic.
You gotta spend more time watching it than talking about it. Okay, now here's a creative section that I decided to do. I decided to do this section to be creative. This is a personal thing that I've been doing. Ever since I wrote my research paper on dreams, I've been obsessed with dreams that I've had, and now I've decided that Eventually, I decided to make myself a dream journal and write down a dream whenever I had enough willpower to and I could remember it. So I'm going to talk about... Don't worry about it. Sorry about that. So this dream I had 8 days ago. And I'm going to talk about this one because it's one of the more ones that I remember details about. And don't worry, guys, it's not about ponies. Here we go. It involved there being fake commercials for the PC. And for some reason, even though the PC and the 360 were made by Microsoft together, well, not together, but like they were both made by Microsoft, it showed commercials of the PC competing against the 360 and why you should own a PC and not a 360. And I have no idea why. But, oh, and those commercials were also shown like at a Best Buy, which is funny. Then it talks a little bit, it shows gamers that talk about what games they like, and I get, for some reason, I get some interference from listening about what gamers are talking about, and I'm hearing Punch-Out music instead, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's like the Wii version of Punch-Out too. And this is where it gets a little weird. It turns out that it's winter, and someone tells another guy that, well, he's talking to this other guy, and he's talking about 2 games that lose their feel during winter, which doesn't really make any sense. If you watch a movie or play a game, it usually doesn't have anything to do with the current times. But I don't know. For some reason, he said, oh well, at least I can work out to this Punch-Out game, which is kind of weird. I guess I guess for some reason in my dream, it just related the winter to Punch-Out. And I guess, well, I mean, Punch-Out's theme kind of does sound like workout music a bit. It's a little weird, but this is one of the dreams that I had more details about, even though none of the details really made sense together. But it's kind of a cool concept, talking about seasons and and how games can correspond to it. Like Assassin's Creed 3, has to do with all kinds of weather. So in a sense, weather can be an important aspect in a game. It just sounds kind of weird. What do you think about my dream?
I have really nothing to say, but weather, the only game I can think about that has weather involved in it the most is Minecraft. It has snow, rain, and all that. And if you download a mod, you can electrocute someone.
Okay. Yeah, and that was my dream from about a week ago. Next up is our section, and we call it Time to Waste Time. In this section, we show you a little preview of something that we found. Hopefully next time Eldon will have something to show you, not just me. But I've got to show. I want to show you all this video. I'm going to play a preview of it in a little bit, and you are going to hear. Well, ever since I discovered the Quad City DJs remix, I saw this four-way remix between the Quad City DJs, which is the Space Jam theme. So it's got the Space Jam theme, it's got Party Rock, it's got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it's got Guile's theme, which goes with everything. And it's very catchy, very funny, and you'll love it.
There's a lot more about that too. BCB showed me recently they even had Naruto, so I'm a big Naruto fan, so it's kind of cool. But
yeah, but this one's a four-way mix-up, and here you go. You get to listen to it in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, get back.
Shake that.
Every day I'm shuffling. Our Zeppelin.
All right, how was that? That was pretty awesome. Just a little preview of it. It's not mine by any means, so check out the original. I don't want to play the whole thing, even though I kind of played the whole thing of something else in my last video.
Make sure don't sue us.
Yeah, don't sue us. We have no money. We got like, okay, so what? We got like a couple chairs. We got like a couple chairs and $3.
You got a microphone?
A microphone. Please don't take away our microphone. It's not even our microphone, it's my microphone. That make me feel sad. Alright, but yeah. I hope that you got to waste a little time. I'm sure we did.
Yeah, right now our next section will be something catchy BSB made. Can I ask you a question? Ask, you get it? Yeah. So he's bringing that up right now, and we have some questions, which in 2-3 days happened. So we're kind of happy about that. People are actually interested in this. So hopefully, you guys keep watching us and have a great time with us.
Yep. Here in this one, we have 4 questions. Well, actually, 5, technically.
Hey, no skills.
Okay. First question is, when will you acknowledge me as the real BCB? This one's by Kid. This is a funny question.
Do you want to talk about the backstory about this?
Sure. Basically, in a random Skype chat, Avin just brought up, oh, hey, BCB, or something, and Faye said, hey, BCB, and everybody just kept saying, BCB, 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 and I was like, what? What's going on? And, then, well, then people started to change their name because they were like, I'm BCB, no, I'm BCB, I'm BCB, but I was really BCB. It was weird. And they were like, BCB, BCB, BCB. And they were all changing their names. And then in the Skype, they, so many people changed their names that we ended up having Eldon decide who was going to be the real BCB. He would ask questions and they'd find out.
Yeah, those questions were hilarious. But there were some random ones I kind of thought up about my head. So it was a nice, fun time helping even change their name to me, which was kind of funny. But yeah, back to the question.
Okay. Actually, I think you should answer this question first. When will you acknowledge him as the real BCB? And don't say never.
Okay, and don't say never. When you partner up with me at an IRL tournament, Kid, then you'll be acknowledged as the real BCB. Or until you like ponies.
Oh! Okay. When will I acknowledge you as the real BCB? Probably when... When you get my voice and look like me. That is when I'll acknowledge you.
You gotta remember, he has a hamster on his chin.
Okay. Okay, here's the next question. It's by Miguel. This question is, what inspired you to make the show? This one's pretty funny.
Funny and a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. We decided to make this show because we love attention. No, that's not it. You see, originally, my mom changed my Wi-Fi from Time Warner Cable's Roadrunner Wi-Fi to Verizon Wi-Fi, and it sucked. It was very inconsistent, and I was considering dropping out of BDTL. And I felt bad for Eldon because he was going to join BDTL again at my house. And I decided, you know what? If I drop out of BDTL, we are going to do our own little podcast thing and just talk. So that way we have some sort of purpose on BD.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. And didn't you get your Wi-Fi back?
Yes, I did. I got my Wi-Fi back, but I decided, you know what? It was such a good idea. Let's just do it anyway.
Yeah, and BSB kind of wanted me in here, which, as he said, it was kind of disappointing. But I'm kind of glad still being BDTL, and this show is kind of interesting as well. So hopefully, it can still bring you more content and everything as well.
Yeah, and we'll try avoiding talking about stuff that the Smash covers, which is mostly BDTL. They got that, and I'm really excited for it because they're about to release their first episode of the new season of the Smash for Season 6. And that's pretty good. We are in full support of them. Next question is by No Skills. Megan Fox and Seth Rogen come out of a room containing only one chair. Do you sniff the chair? You start.
Oh wow, no skills. Oh god, I'm not even surprised you kind of asked this question, and I will sniff the chair because they're two beautiful women. And hopefully, they acknowledged something about me.
Seth Rogen.
I don't care.
Seth Rogen's a beautiful woman.
No, I'm
You
joking.
said two beautiful women.
I forgot. I thought it was something else. Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen is a beautiful woman.
My bad on that one.
Do you sniff the chair?
No.
Oh, come on.
I'm joking. I'll do it. I already said I would, so you know.
Okay.
I contradict myself.
Well, I sniff the chair? Of course not. I'll lick the chair.
That's just wrong.
Well, unless the chair is... unless the chair is...
What do you think he means by that?
Well, I think it means that... They played musical chairs.
Good luck while you lick the chair.
Okay, and these two questions are by Boo. Who is question mark? Question mark. Well, question mark is a person that tried to take over Smash Domain. And he's supposedly hacked, and well, the battle for Smash Domain is over. Question mark is very different than the rest of us because he thinks that taking over websites is fun and finding out what you had lunch last Tuesday or Wednesday was fun. Whatever. I don't even remember that stuff.
He's kind of avoiding the question, really, but I heard a rumor it was kind of some mod, some captain of BDTL, but I don't even know if it's true, so this is my answer to the question, and it's going to be Kagato.
You weren't supposed to say his name. Okay, so, you didn't hear it from me. Was there a familiar playstyle? Was there, Eldon?
How am I supposed to know? I didn't play him.
Good answer. All right. Was there a familiar playstyle? Well, first off, he used, okay, first off, was his playstyle familiar? Well, I gotta go back to a bunch of people that I played. The first match, I basically camped in the whole match, so I couldn't tell whether or not he, what he was playing like, because I basically made him chase me around the entire match, and I camped him. The second match, oh yeah, the second match I played a Snake on Brinstar. Oops, spoiler alert! I spoiled the character and the stage.
Everyone plays Snake.
Okay, but I faced a bunch of snakes on Brinstar, and I have to say he was one of the least threatening snakes on Brinstar I've ever played.
God.
No offense. No offense. Okay, actually, the only snakes on Brinstar I remember facing are Denver and Bloody Boom, which are actually pretty good.
Forgive me.
Then, oh, I faced yours?
Yes.
I don't remember it.
Yes, I remember.
On Brinstar?
Yeah,
Against my Wario?
yeah.
Oh.
I wanted to use Snake since I beat you with Mark.
Okay, next one. Actually, the third one was kind of familiar. It was like a dumbed down version of Con. That's all I'm gonna say. Dumbed down, like lesser, lower level. Then afterwards, I'd have to say, fourth match, they were just as fail as me, but it was pretty epic. And the fifth, well, let's just say that the fifth was very anticlimactic. Or possibly 6th through 9th. Because I'm not confirming that I 5-0'd him. Not confirming it. 6th through 9th. Also anticlimactic, if it happened. You'll have to wait and see.
This show does not include spoilers. It does not include anything about spoilers, so that's why he's being anticlimactic about it.
Yeah, unless we accidentally leave out some spoilers, but that's for you to find. That's for you to interpret.
The irony.
The irony. What about the irony?
Okay, it's time for our outro. Anything you want to say?
Bubbaloo?
Great outro. Bye.
Hold up. Okay, let's do a real outro. Okay, we thank you for listening to the first episode of the BCB and Eldon show. We're not sure how long it's going to be because we haven't been keeping track of time. We've just been enjoying it. But if you listen to the whole thing, congrats to you. And I'm going to try and release this as soon as I can. Be sure to leave responses, comments in either the YouTube video or when I post it on my blog. And also, please respond with more questions for Can I Ask You a Question? Because that's pretty fun.
What is your name first? Nah, I'm joking.
Because I'm the star!
That was me slapping him. Sorry, fake slap. Yeah, I'm enjoying this, so I don't really care if his name's first or whatever. He's the one who's basically doing all the work. I'm just here talking. It's been fun. Make sure you keep up with the questions. It's nice answering them and all that. So, nothing else to say. Thanks for watching.
But if you do have an idea and, you want to see some improvement or you'd like to see a new section added, if you'd like to provide criticism, commentary, or a new idea for the BCB and Eldon show, we'd be glad to. And we hope to see you guys soon again. And thanks for watching. This is BCB signing off.
Why do people do signing off? Bye.